Okay, hi everyone. Please let us know if you can hear us and see everything is okay with audio and our Zoom call.
Okay, Bartek, I think that everything is okay because we have a first hello. So let's go. Okay, hello everyone, and I would like to welcome you on our weekly Devs and Holders meeting. It's great to have you back here once again. As we promised, this week we will show you something more than the last week, and this will be Bartek's responsibility in a few moments. With us are also Rafał Kiełbus, our contract master, and Maciej Orłowski, our social Telegram relationship master, or however I can call your function, Maciej. So if you have any questions about contract or mechanics of the token, not the tokenomics, but the mechanics of the token, don't hesitate to ask. Also, if you have any questions about communications, channels of communication by Telegram in other languages, also don't hesitate to ask on YouTube. And rules, as always, are the same. These meetings are about the technology, not about the tokenomics. So go on, Bartek. Okay, I would like to say one more thing. We are afraid that Bartek is a little bit sick today. We hope it's not a COVID, but as you may see, Bartek is a little bit tired. It's not only because he works a lot, because he do, but also he not feeling very well today. So give him some slack and have a mercy on him today. Bartek, we have a faith in you, so go on.
Thank you, Tomek. I think that it's still I can breathe, so I think we can focus on project right now and not for my health. So let me quickly share screen with you, and you should see right now our prototype of the groups in the system. So there is a small problem with frontend. I can't, let's say right now everything is fine with our deployment, which is right now running on our environment. But I want to discuss with you the concept of groups. Groups will be the place where you can just create your own space, private space for you, for your friends, or maybe for not exactly the friends, but people you met in application, and it allows you to create and share the information more safely, because we assume that the groups will be only visible, I mean the content and information in the groups will be only visible for you and for your friends in the group, so that it will be the, let's say, second wall of security for your anonymous, for your person and for your information. Of course, I can just a little bit say ahead about the taxonomy, because we assume that if Tecon will be available for you, there will be as well the options to for example, collect the fees for getting people into your group. So, for example, if somebody will want to join, you can set your price for access to the group. But for Skulls, if you don't need let's say the tokens for that, there will be, let's say, queue that you can allow or dismiss people who want to join your channels. So I think that the groups will be public. Maybe if there will be let's say big amount of coins in total in your group, there could be an option that you can hide the main part of the content, but there will be option to find the group by the name for everybody, and the group will be almost look the same like like the profile of user, right? So there will be list of debates of the users. We try to mimic the logic which you already know, for example, from Reddit, that you have your topics. The groups where you can just share the information about the same type of interest or something like that. So yeah, so we want to aim for something like that. And I think that there will be maybe the separate reputation inside the group to let you get your, let's say, place in your society, let's say like that, and with the ranks that you can create or something like that. But we will see in the future, right? And second good news, what I can want to share with you is that we are fighting with our, let's say, website, I mean the front end side, because we want to make sure that the user experience is in a high level and you want to use our application and you don't see any problems and frustration when you are adding debates on something like that. But there is more technical part, like our API, and this is our API right now presented in our Swagger. And I can say that most of the part of this API, we decided that in the future, I hope in the near future, will be available for you. I mean that if you don't want to use our UI, I mean our website in the Tor browser, there will always be some of the endpoints that you can use by your code, by your application, and there will be whole sets of, let's say, options that you can just skip the, let's say, the UI, I mean the user interface, and hit the data, for example, and publish the data straight to the application without using the web browser. So yeah, so this is what we planned. I think that it will be good. It will help us to create additional content and options for you, because we are believing that if we will allow you to use our API, there will be more functions, for example, created by users, by people who want to use this application. And I think that then the application will build a little bit faster thanks to that, and there will be more options, for example, for analytics for your debates or something like that. So yeah, I think that is a good way to give you opportunity to share, use your code skills and deliver everything interesting and more suitable for you than we just created, right? So this is what I can say right now. I think as well that Tomek, we can just share that the Sandbox Date, it's like we said, it will be second half of May, and we are quite sure about it. I don't see any risk with that. Of course, this sandbox will be available for everybody, and there will not. I mean that Sandbox will be released before the coin, and in that case, the taxonomy and all the transactions which we assume that they will be part of the application will be added to the application after the coin will be released to you, right? So in that case, there will be only the part that you the application will allow you in the Sandbox only create debates, to create the groups, to make the reaction between you, comment, but the whole taxonomy will be added when token will be ready and will be released to you and for you to your wallets, right? And one more good thing about our let's say private blockchain which we want to add to the application, I can share with you the small hint that the transaction and the holding coins on the application will have better condition of staking than you will keep your tokens, for example, on a MetaMask. So in that case, if you staking if you're holding the tokens on a MetaMask or all the other Ethereum wallets, in that case, you will only be participating only in a transaction that has happened outside of the application. But if you hold the tokens inside the application, we have idea to let you participate in both sides of the transaction. So you will be participating in transactions in outside of application as well in the inside application. So yeah, but I want to share with, I hope that I will share with you more detail in the future, but I want to today just announce that because I think that is a great news for everybody who trusts our project, and it's good news that we will have more options to help and stake the value in our application, right?
Okay, thank you, Bartek. I see that Philip joined us. Hello, Philip. Great to have you here one more time.
Hi. You won't get rid of me that easily. Hope you can hear
We
me.
don't want to. We don't even try to. You are a very valuable asset to our team. So, do you have any news about your area of?
Sure. So what I've been told by life is that management of expectations is very important. So I only want to tease a little. I don't want to give out any names, positions, or companies. But in terms of interviews, probably as soon as next week, we will be having our first one. So stay tuned. We'll keep you posted. And of course, we might not be able to begin with the biggest ones, but I wanted to let you know that we are actually in talks with companies that are responsible for global payments, of course, not naming any names, with some solid crypto companies, like market leaders. So hopefully in the upcoming weeks, not just next week, you'll be able to see the biggest and the baddest that should give BigShortBets the spotlight that we want internationally. So
Okay, so
no pressure.
Crossed. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Philip. Maciej, are there any questions from the community that you have for Bartek or me or Rafał or maybe Philip?
Yes, exactly. I actually will just go back to the Bartek because I have a few questions. So first one, we already mentioned what phase of work are we in, but there's one specific question. What would be the how will you be able to get the reputation in the app? What will be the
Yes. So the reputation, this public reputation, let's say like that, it will be visible on your main account. It will be based on your information you share in application as well, the comments that you are providing, right? So thanks that everything what you did in do in application can be let's say assessed by other users, and it will help us to get the right reputation for you in application, right? So for instance, right, if you publish debate, then there is option that everybody will add the reactions up or down, and thanks that if all the information you share are, let's say, positive, your reputation will be rising. But if you will be sharing let's say something that is not acceptable for everybody, in that case probably you will be decreasing your reputation level. And some point, if you get the level of reputation so low that it's called troll, in that case there will be a lot of limitation in your let's say action in application, because we don't want to let you destroy our community and market because of that, right?
Okay, cool. And there's another question. Are you planning to have any user levels in app?
Yeah, so currently we have the basic level, what's called the NFB, let's say, and right now we assume that it will be 5 good levels and 3, let's say, below 0 levels, like warning 1, warning 2, and troll. It helps us to assign you to the group that means that what is your position in application. The first, and there is a, let's say, we prepared this algorithm based on 2 functions, and one function, for example, for below the 0, I mean the below basic reputation level, it will be hard to get to the first warning, but it will be easy after first warning to get the troll, right? So there will be 2 warnings, and after that it's easy to get the troll, and it will be very hard to back with your reputation to the basic level, right? But if you look on the positive sides of the levels, we prepared the function that it will be help you to get the first levels of positive levels very quickly, like in the games. But to get to the highest rank, it will be very hard to achieve that. So there will be sorry, because it's quite hard to keep my mind rough right now and shape.
Take your time, Bartek.
Yeah, you're doing good. Doing very good.
Yeah, so in that case, I hope there will be few people with high ranks, but a lot of people with this few first good ranks. Thanks that the people who want to participate in the higher let's say in a higher position in our application, they can achieve everything what they can, right? And you need to remember that the reputation will be very important for you, because thanks that your vote can be placed in the same position with somebody who is with low reputation but with very big wallet of the coins, right? And this is the example that we want to give you opportunity to be on the same level with somebody who has a lot of money on a wallet, right? Only by getting the high reputation application, and things that I think that there will be more convenient for everybody, that not only the coins are matter in our application.
Okay, thank you very much. And I see that there's a question that is there going to be a tutorial on how to use the tool? Yes, there will be. And I will make sure there will be one, both in the video, and maybe we'll try to think about it, something just build up in the app. So you will be guided by hand on how to use our tool. And yeah, Bartek, Lynx is wishing you very good health in the chat.
Sorry, Maciej, but I want to add something more, because I think that you asked me about the names and the ranks, right, in our application. Currently, we have only the, let's say, work in progress names. I heard that some of the people just working on that in our Telegram groups to find out what is the best way to call the ranks, and I'm looking for your help as a community to get the best names related to our idea and our let's say graphic content, right? I mean, that, for example, to the whales which we have in the logo or something like that, to help us to set the names in the right direction, and to make sure that, for example, the ranks reflects your position in application. But we will see what's happened. Currently, they are just a work in progress, like good 1, good 2. But if you have any idea, there is a place to speak about it, and I will looking forward to discuss with you the names from the community to change them for you, right?
Let's name the highest rank the bait master.
Bait master, that's pretty cool. Yeah, actually, I will take a chance to remind you guys that, like Bartek mentioned, we have a group of people. We have a group on Telegram channel that utilize the ideas of the community. So feel free to join if you have any, or any particular topic regarding the tool, the usage, and everything like that. So yeah, join our brainstorm channel, and I will post the link in our Telegram group so you can join.
Okay, Maciej, any other questions? Or do we have something on the chat?
I think this is all regarding the DEVS area, and we can proceed with our guests, Rafael Kelbus, which will talk about our token and our technology used, if you don't mind.
Yes, no problem.
You have any questions, Maciej, for Rafał? Because I think I'm not sure we were prepared to a big question panel for Rafał. But if you have any questions for Rafał right now, let's do it. Let's try.
Yes, actually, there was a few one. There was one question: why we use the Ethereum blockchain, and is there an alternative? Is there any reason why we're using this particular one?
Yes, the Ethereum is the most known for any tokens. There are many other platform tokens that can be used, but for our purpose, when we want the verify, when we want to burn part of tokens and split the rest, we need more sophisticated stuff than only via token. Yes, so it has to have more logic inside, and Ethereum is the one platform that it can be achieved with good results. So as we find out micropayments on the Ethereum has no sense, so we will make a copy of this token on our internal blockchain to make the same functionality for in payments inside the platform. So it will be another thing. It is it make a perfect sense when we make a fully available for users to use it outside in the Ethereum ecosystem, on the Uniswap or etc. And the same way with the copy in our internal blockchain, we can use micropayments for baits, and still users that will have tokens into wallet and will earn from fees.
Okay, that's pretty cool, I think. And we have a follow-up question. Can you say something about our RFI staking technology? How does it work? Because I saw that many people asking how we will get profitable by hodling the token.
Yes, it is pretty much simple, because it is just by math. This is not as many people think that every transaction make small payments for every account. It is impossible. It will be, I don't know, every transfer costs millions, so it is useless. So RFI is using a multiplier. So inside that smart contract there is something we can call a real balance, so real value of tokens we own. And for the outside world, we use multiplier that starts from 1 and is slowly rising when we burn fees and split fees into others. So in short, it looks like if someone owns tokens, his real value inside token code is constant. But as everyone else make any transaction, part of this transaction causing the multiplier is rising. So in this way, when the user check own balance, it's he see rising balance because the multiplier is rising. So it it is two value. I made a complete. I write it from scratch. First idea is to use the AFI code token, but when I look inside, I said no, I don't want to work on this. So I make the similar functions. Let's say it is of course ERC20 compatible, but I add some more readers so we can check the actual balance, this real one. We can check the current micro multiplier. Also, I made this standard function balance of that is returning our balance that we can use. So if we have if we receive 100 coins, our balance will show like 98.5 and something, because this is the maximum value we can use. So it is automatically deducting fee and prevents us from trying to send more than we can excluding fee. So it is like a gross and net value of our wallet.
Okay, cool, pretty much. So basically, people will get free tokens while just holding our tokens in their wallet, and they
Yes,
don't have to
exactly.
do anything. It's pretty automatic, and that thing is pretty cool because you don't have any additional fees or anything. And yeah, that's pretty
Yes.
good. So and maybe the last question: is there any idea? How do you plan to decentralize the tool? This is a pretty solid one.
Decentralize what?
The whole tool.
I
The
think that
whole-
it's more in question to me than the Rafael.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Because Rafael is only, taking care of our contract and what is going on outside the application and helping us with contracts and blockchain in our application, but mainly the infrastructure and the architecting decisions are made by dev team who working on our let's say application, right? Rafael is only just an expert who helps us with this part, but we try to deliver this as a separate team. And yeah, so about the Decentralize, I don't want to say many details, but I can share that we want to keep the control values for encrypted data on a blockchain, that it allows you to check that, for example, the baits and information what's sold in an application based on that. So there will be option for everybody to check check your provider of information that it's correct, or there's a change in this data, or maybe somebody reused that file, something like that. Second thing, there will be some option that we want to make sure that if somebody will happen with our database and everything around the running backend side, there will be option to share the data and the application between different machines, and thanks that the servers will take care of it, and maybe we include that to allow you to, for example, provide the let's say infrastructure to keep alive the application when something will bad happen to main server. But we will see. The blockchain will be only supporting the main database, but thanks that the control of database will be on your hands, right? So and thanks that we just providing the best way and the fastest way to giving you the information, but let's say the validation of the data will be in your hands and everything will be transparent. And I think that is the best way right now to approach the problem.
Okay, cool. I see one question in the YouTube chat. How long are we planning to test the sandbox? Are there any time frame for that, or we just haven't even?
The sandbox will be available as long as we will waiting for the tokens. When tokens will be shared with users, then we will change the access to the application based on your tokens in the wallet, right? And the whole tokenomics will be started in application from this point of time. And I think that it will be good move, because if somebody will join our application without buying the tokens, after that they will be forced to buy this token to get the access back. As I mean, get the access to the account once again after the token release, right? So when token will be released, we will see, because you need to keep in mind that right now we have the international pre-sale, then will be sale stage, right? And after the sale stage, we will be releasing the tokens to the users. So after that, there will be the production version. So there, I saw the joke on a YouTube chat that we are testing on the production. Not Sandbox is not the production. This is the beta testing of our application to make sure that the user experience and everything what we assume working correct, in the right way, and you are feeling good with our application, and there isn't any problems or missing information or maybe missing functionalities before we will add the tokenomics, right? For sure that Sandbox will be with information everywhere with red text that it's just a beta testing, right? And I think that we will try to release the new function every week or maybe every 2 weeks. So Sandbox will be changing week by week in your eyes. So I think it will be great to see how functions just added by the team will be try to develop everything in the same time that you are testing our application. So yeah, so that's what I can say about the Sandbox and the timeline.
Okay, thank you. I see that chat isn't giving you a really easy time because there's another question for you, Bartek. But there's a specific one regarding the community and the community wars. And can you say more about the risk of organizing community wars in a tool environment? And is there any defense mechanism on that?
Yeah, sure. So there is several ways to attack the reputation system in the web applications. For example, self-promoting attack, whitewashing attacks, laundering attack, orchestra attack, and the denial of service attack. They are all the different ways to, let's say, exploit our reputation system. First of all, the self-promoting attacks, let's say in a short way, it means that, for example, you're creating a lot of multi-accounts to promoting your main account to make sure that you are higher than you should be. Whitewashing attack is something that, for example, somebody tried to inject the data to the database to change the value which we are stored for your account. An orchestra attack is something like, for example, more to coordinating the group of people and using the many of these strategies in the same time to change for example, one person or a group of persons' reputation. And yeah, so there is some ways of defending your application before that. First of all, preventing multiplayer identities. It means that, for example, we need to raise the price which you need to pay for creating new account, and I think that it's already met because for example, you need to have coins if you want to, for example, transfer them to the other account, and it will be big amount of, let's say, coins. You will help users to staking and give them value because you want to create the multi-account. Multiply that by the number of the accounts, and you will receive the very good rising of value for other users. So I think that it will be quite hard to achieve. There will be something that we need to find a way to assess what is the rumors, what is a false attack, what is the true value of, for example, the reactions or comments added by users. It's a little bit harder, but we are thinking about the groups of people with higher reputation to assess, let's say, fishy situation like that. Of course, we want to reduce the spreading the false information. I mean, the false reputation action, something like that, by, for example, minimizing the number of the action which user can do in an application based on their reputation. So, for example, new user can't spam your wall with information because of the limitation per hour for action that he can requested, and preventing short-term abuse of the system. This is the second strategy what I just noted in my file. The last one. It means that, for example, we can create the mechanism or maybe the function or AI we will see in the future that will try to flag situations like that. They are, for example, they are not let's say, similar to the normal way how we use the applications. For example, there will be anomaly in the data. For example, the spike of the negative votes on an account that is normally positive for everybody. And then in that case, the system should flag some situation like that and try to prevent but let's say flag and let people on a platform to decide that is something that shouldn't happen or it's something that should happen, right? So so there's a lot of way. Of course, I will be happy if we will have problems like that in the future, because it means that our application is growing and we have a lot of groups of people working on that application. Right now, we try to mitigate this risk by addressing the problems they are most possible, but we will use our resources in the future to maybe reduce the other risk. But right now, the risk, like, I don't know, 5-10% of possibility to happen, we need to cut because we want to deliver the application and we don't want to work in a waterfall project style. So yeah, so of course there will be some exploits in the first months of working on our application, but we need to deal with that risk, and yeah, and this is what I can say.
All right, thank you very much for pointing that out. I think it's enough. Let me see just if we have any questions in Telegram channel, but I don't see any. And let me check the YouTube once again. Yeah, I think we're good. It's all questions from the community that we answered. So
Okay, so if there are no more questions, and guys, none of you have any more news to share with us, I think that we can call it for today and wish everybody a great weekend and great holidays for all of you that are living in Poland, because the 1st May holidays are coming. So have a great weekend, have a great holidays, and let's see you next week.